topics. Okay, one is about the emotions, and the other one is about the motivation. So generally talking, okay, what you know or what it comes to your mind when we talk about emotions. Yeah. So what it comes to your mind when we talk about emotions? Is it a normal state? Is it a not normal state? About if you have to define emotions, so how you define emotions? But generally, what are called as emotions?
Feelings, sir.
Okay, feelings. Okay, to be specific, like feeling of
Happiness, sadness,
okay, happy, sad. Okay,
uneasiness.
okay. What's that? That's wrong. So when we talk in terms of etymological meaning or word, the word emotion has been derived from Latin word emover. EMOVERE. Emover. Emover. Yeah, emover, which means to agitate or stir up. To agitate or to stir up or to arouse. And before we get into this, what these particular words mean, what you mean by arousal or aroused state or agitated state. Okay, when you experience emotion, for example, anger. So how you would be generally? You normal or you
Abnormal, sir.
all of a sudden you're getting Just think about.
Blood
We're not.
gets
We're
heated
not.
up, sir.
Yeah, we're not talking something new. We're talking about just emotions. For example, anger. When you experience anger, so how you would be?
Body becomes warm, sir.
Okay, good. Good. What else?
Facial expression will
Heartbeat increases.
Okay, good. Shravanti is saying facial expressions will
change.
changes. Okay, good.
And heartbeat increases.
Good. So when we're talking about heartbeat, you to remember. So which is making us increase heartbeat, etc. You to remember that. Okay, we will get back to that a little bit afterwards. So emotional state is a aroused state. Okay, it's not normal, it is aroused. Okay, agitated state. Okay, and as we talked about, there can be positive and negative emotions. Okay, for example, a feeling of anger can be positive or negative.
Negative.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what can be a positive emotion?
Happiness, sir.
Happiness. Okay, good.
Smile
Calm.
on the face.
Okay,
Peaceful.
okay. Happy. For example, love. Positive, negative. Okay, delight. Such things. Okay, so emotions can be either positive or negative. Okay, so there are set of positive and negative emotions. Okay, and the next thing is about, okay, as we're talking about, it is a agitated or a stirred up state. For example, anger. So in anger, as your friend said, okay, you would be shaking or trembling, or as we talked about one particular system, autonomic nervous system. Did you remember that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, nervous system divided into central nervous system, then peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system again divided into,
PNS.
yeah, PNS divided into
Types.
somatic, then autonomic. Autonomic again divided into, yeah. Where are my students actually? There is Nagalakshmi. So you forgot all everything. Hmm?
No, sir, disturbance is.
From my side or from your
My
side?
side, sir. My side surroundings are.
Okay. Okay, then autonomic nervous system divided into
Sympathetic and
Sir.
parasympathetic.
good sympathetic and
Parasympathetic.
parasympathetic. Okay, sympathetic work is to
Nervous system. Sir.
good. Who is this? Nervous system. Good. Yeah, sympathetic function is to prepare body for facing
Situation.
what situations? Where is Sandeep? Did Sandeep come today? Because he's not asking about the page number. Oh, he's missing. Okay, Srikant. Okay. Okay, sympathetic and parasympathetic. Sympathetic, okay, it is making a person to prepare for facing the emergency situations. Okay, fight or flight condition. We said. Okay, then the other one, parasympathetic, would be it is making a person to calm down. So when we're talking about a emotional state, which is also a agitated or aroused state, okay, the sympathetic nervous system, okay, what we talked about, okay, or the sympathetic nervous system, as we said, okay, flight or flight hormone or facing emergency situation. Okay, so again, when you are into a stirred up aroused state, okay, those all will come into picture. So that is the reason when you're saying it's an anger or a negative emotion, okay, it is a aroused state which is not being normal. Okay, so once you feel anger, is it going to stay for a longer time, or what would happen next?
Will cool down
Shorter
eventually.
period, sir.
Okay, over a period of time, okay, you coming down or you getting back to normal. Okay, so yes, feelings of anger, happiness, okay, love, jealousy, fear. Okay, then what about mood? It can be after effect of what you're calling as emotions. So when will a person would be into a very nice mood, good mood, or into a bad mood? Okay, something had happened, and after that, it is going to stay for a bit longer time. Okay, that we can call it as a mood. Okay, after effect of something what had happened. Okay, so just you be clear with, okay, what had happened and what is the actual stirred up condition. For example, fear. So when will a person fear? So when there is a threat.
Something, sir.
Yes, when there is a threat or when there is a perceived anticipation, okay, something may go wrong or something may happen. Okay, so this is how once that emotion is felt or experienced, okay, it will stay for a longer time or certain time, and after that, okay, it will get diminished. But that feeling can be carried forward in terms of a mood. It may stay for a bit longer time than what we are experiencing. Okay, then development of emotions. Okay, emotions will develop over a period of time. Okay, because emotion is not a simple action or a process, but it is a combination of the physiological changes. For example, what happens if you are into a fear? Just think about it. What all will happen? Do
Heartbeat
we
gets
yeah,
faster, sir.
good heartbeat, good one thing. The next,
Hands will shake.
okay, trembling kind of thing, good, good.
Body becomes cold, sir.
Okay, first sweating, okay, first trembling and all that, okay, it becomes a little bit warm. You agree with that? Okay, if someone is stopping also, you don't stop. You're saying, okay, I will see the end, that, this. Okay, we will mess up things. Okay, good. After that, what happens? Okay, as we talked about parasympathetic, okay, cooling of body and all that, okay, the temperature is getting reduced on all that would be there. So bodily changes, do we agree? Heartbeat increases,
Yes, sir.
etc. Or physiological changes, okay, bodily related physiological changes would be there. Okay, so then is it going to have impact on your behavior?
Yes, sir.
For
Yes,
example,
sir.
Pujita said, okay, messing up of things, not being able to concentrate, for example. If you are fear, if you are into fear, okay, can you concentrate, or the person can sleep normally?
No, sir.
Or when you're trying to handle, for example, we talked yesterday also, the simple things or minute things can make the person stir up, react, respond when he's into anger, etc. You agree with this? So behavior is getting affected. You agree?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. So this is how emotion is not a simple process. It is a combination of all this. There is a physiological changes. Okay. Even the cognitive leveling also. Okay. Just we'll talk about that in terms of when we talk in terms of theory. Okay. So bodily changes would be there, and it is getting reflected, or ultimately our behavior is getting affected. Okay, so that's what physiological changes we talked about. The physiological changes are because of the so-called sympathetic nervous system activity. Okay, so how are these bodily changes are taking place? Because of sympathetic nervous system. For example, fear. Okay, when you have seen a threat, so obviously you will experience what? Fear. Is it a danger? You agree with that? Fear.
Yes, sir.
So when there is a danger sensed or perceived fear, so immediately the so-called sympathetic nervous system will get activated, and this is how we are from normal state we are getting into a aroused state because of this particular hormones, or what we call as the effect of the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. And specifically when we talk sympathetic, and after effect would be parasympathetic nervous system effect. So that is the reason it is aroused state, especially when we talk in terms of fear. Okay, then we will talk about the theories. There are certain theories of emotions. Okay, for example, they explain how these emotions are experienced. Some of them said first body changes will take place. Some of them said no, 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 already you feel emotions, so because of that there would be emotional experiences. Okay, so generally there would be three type of theories. Okay, so first one is the James Lange theory. So I'm talking in terms of page number 145. If you want to write down, just write down for 49. Okay, so James Lange theory. So this particular theory says that when there is a threat, body responses would be there first, or bodily changes would be there. So this bodily changes will give a feedback to the brain. Then you experience emotions. According to James Lange theory, so William James is a person, who have done okay, research on this particular emotions, and you have come up with a theory. And at the same time, so another person, okay, Danish, yeah, psychologist Carl Lange is a person who also said that, okay, yes, what he said is correct. So according to them, so whenever you are into a situation, so first there would be body response. First, there would be bodily response. So that bodily response will give a feedback to the brain. Based on the feedback, you experience emotions. Okay. For example, when you have seen a lion, so what bodily responses can be? Or in simple terms, you might have seen a dog curiously coming towards you. So generally, what would be the
Get frightened, sir.
yes? So that's what they say. Yes, you first you getting certain bodily responses. They say. So they say. So whenever you see a threat, for example, a lion or a dog or anything which can have or which can stimulate the body, so immediately there are certain bodily changes. Maybe you're running away, or you start sweating. Your hands, maybe legs start trembling. Your mouth is getting dried up. So such type of bodily responses would be there. So because of these bodily responses, a feedback would be sent to the brain, and then based on these bodily responses, the feedback which is receiving by the brain, you experience emotions. So this is according to James Lange theory. Maybe you have seen something, just you run away from that. Okay, because of that bodily changes, okay, you starting experience emotion, which can be example of a fear. So this is according to James Lange theory. So what is first? First, body will respond. The responses will be sent to the brain. Brain will then analyze. Then it will give or experience a emotion.
Mm.
Okay. Then another person. Okay, they have come up. Cannon and Bart. Okay. So these people they have come up and they said, okay, no, 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 we cannot agree upon that. And they said that so whenever you are in a situation which can stimulate or which is okay a stimulus where a person is responding, so they're saying especially the thalamus region will get stimulated first, then nerve impulses would be sent to cerebral cortex and to the other body parts. So when the impulses are sent, okay, so they believe that simultaneously bodily changes also will take place, and also the sympathetic nervous system, okay, because of that you start experiencing emotions. So Kanan Bhatt said that simultaneously bodily changes also will take place, and you will start experiencing emotions also. First persons, they said bodily changes would be there, the feedback would be sent to the brain, then you experience emotions. But Cannon and Bart said that okay, it is the simultaneous. First, in the thalamus region, the stimulus would be getting okay. That particular part, it will start experiencing the impulses. So these impulses would be sent to the cerebral cortex. So from there, the cerebral cortex, it will getting activated the sympathetic nervous system, as well as you would be experiencing emotions simultaneously. So remember, simultaneously, bodily changes as well as you start experiencing emotions according to Cannon and Bart. Okay. Then after that, the most recent or the next theory what they said is that, okay, it's Saster and Singer theory. Okay, they say generally activation of general physiological arousal would be there. So general arousal of bodily changes would be there. Then you start looking for the environmental cues. Yes, you have seen a dog or a lion. Then these people, they say that, okay, you look for the surroundings, whether you can escape, really it is threatful, is anyone nearby who can help you out, and all that. You look for the environment, the context where you are, then that will determine. Okay, so label to place an arousal, then it will identify the emotional experience. So these people, they say that, okay, cognitive labeling. You got your own experience. Yes, you have perceived that there is a danger, but immediately you're not, okay, getting into action like running away and all that. Okay, yes, initially the bodily changes you will experience. Okay, and also after that you start looking for the environment where you are, whether help can be sought, whether you can escape, whether anyone can come for your rescue, or you start evaluating how dangerous it is. If it is a fear, so based on that labeling, you will experience the emotions. So this is according to, okay, Saster and Singer theory. Okay, so this is bit the latest one. So according to the three theories, which one you feel? Which one you feel that, okay, generally we come across? Or it
Singer
is,
theory.
yes, it is the latest one. Yes, I do agree. But the first people, they said, okay, immediately you run away. After seeing, immediately you run away. As you are running, so because of that you start feeling emotions. Cannon and Bird said, okay, it is simultaneously. Bodily changes also would be there, and also you start setting into action like you're running away. But the last one, okay, Saster and Singer, they said, okay, yes, if you are into a situation where you perceive to be a threatening, okay, a emotion kind of a fear, but you also not jump into direct action, but you try to look at the environment, the context where you are. You try to evaluate that particular environment. So based on that, the severity and all that, okay, you trying to, okay, label or come to a conclusion of what we're calling it as an emotional experience. Okay, so this is according to Saster and Singer theory. So we talked about emotions. Emotion is derived from a Latin word emover, which is to stir or to agitate, which means it is a stirred up or a activated or arousal state. Okay, you can have both positive and negative emotions. Okay, then we talked about, okay, how are they developed? Okay, they are developed over a period of time. Okay, as a small children, infants, okay, they try to respond equally for all things, but based on the experiences over a period of time, you try to give a specific response for specific, okay, stimulus. Okay, so this is how they are developed over a period of time. And it when comes to, okay, how actually they function. Okay, first bodily changes would be there. Bodily or nothing but physiological changes would be there. Then, as we talked about, okay, cognitive labeling. Then the ultimate change of behavior would be seen. Okay, first bodily, then cognitive changes, or cognitive labeling, evaluation, then it is having impact on the behavior. So this is how it will do. And my question is that if you're talking about maybe a negative emotion like a fear, if you say fear is a negative one, is it good to have fear?
Sir.
Is it good to experience a negative emotion like fear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, she's saying yes. How many you say yes? So fear all the time?
No, sir. All the time we don't fear.
Okay, good. As we talked about, there would be bodily changes. The bodily changes or physiological changes are because of the sympathetic nervous system. So heartbeat is increasing and all that. Okay. So is it good to have or to be into that particular situation for a longer time?
No,
No.
sir.
Because we know certain hormones are released, nephrin and all that. Okay. So because of that activity, okay, the body is into a aroused state. So is it good to have that state for a longer time? Maybe no. But what happens if there is no fear at all? Just think about. Can we exist? Can we survive?
No, sir. No.
So research says that moderate level, not high, not very low, but moderate level of these negative emotions are also very, very important for the survival of the organisms or the human being. The best example can be if you don't fear for something to happen, okay, how we would we just think about no fear of examination failure, no fear of future. So how good no? No fear of future at all? You getting me? Okay, not high, not low, but moderate level is always required. So when we talk in terms of negative, you should not think that okay, negative is always having a bad effect. The research says that negative to moderate level should be there. For example, fear, jealousy. In what way jealousy can be good? Because it is also negative emotion, no? If you don't compare yourself and if you don't have this to a moderate level, so you try to be better than others. Just think about. Hmm? Can we be ahead of others? So when these negative emotions, especially experienced more than the required, or when they are used in a negative way, okay, definitely they are having a negative impact on the survival. But to a moderate level, to certain extent, they are okay, good or they are required for our survival. Okay, so that was with regarding to emotions. Then we are left with motivation. Okay, so this is a bit of a general topic. Okay, motivation. So what do you mean by motivation in general terms? If you have to define motivation,
Feedback, sir.
Influence.
feedback. How can feedback be motivation?
Influence.
Influence. Okay. So whatever you say, I take it up. Okay, as of now. Okay. Influence. Maybe no.
Giving the emotional
Encouragement, sir.
strength when somebody
Okay. Encouragement. Okay. You saying something? Okay, sister.
emotional strength, sir.
Emotional strength. Uh-huh. You have to define, but we don't have time. Okay. Good. Okay. Generally, this particular word also has been derived from Latin word movere. M-O-V-E-R-E. Latin word, which means to move, to set into action. If you said to move, so we are talking about whom? Who is setting into action?
Human being.
Good. Okay, we're talking about okay setting a person, yes, people or individual into action. Okay, if you have to define motivation, so motivation is a goal directed behavior. Okay, so you're trying to set action. Okay, process of activating, maintaining and directing behavior towards a particular goal is defined as motivation. So as we're talking, or as he's saying, to move, to set a person into action. Okay, here we are activating a person. Though initially is not into action, don't want to move, there is a more movement, but a motivation is a process, or as we talked about, okay, a strength kind of a thing where that is making a person to set into action. Okay, if he is getting activated, so where is he going? Does it have a direction? Yes, definitely it have a direction. That is a particular goal what have set, or what he would like to be, where he want to be. So that gives the direction to that particular movement. I repeat, motivation is setting a person into a movement. It's a kind of an activation. Okay, the person is getting activated, the person is setting into movement, but there is a direction, specific goal, specific goal is been set. So to attain that, to reach that, the person is getting into action. So that is called as motivation. Okay, so it is a goal directed, there is a purpose. The person is getting into action, activation, because he want to reach that particular goal which he doesn't set initially. Up here is clear?
Yes, sir.
Latin word movere, M-O-V-R-E, is nothing but to move. Okay, then if you talk about process, so how is this motivation to come into action? Okay, so the process that, please write down, there should be a need. Just think about, if there is no need, will the person set into action? No need of job. There is no need to do a job. Think about
No, sir.
it. Okay, if there is a need, then only we try to move towards that. You agree with that?
Yes, sir.
So need is the first. Because of need, there is a drive, or a force, or an activation. So there is a need. So because of the need, there is a drive, a force, which is activating a person towards what? Goal directed. Okay, direction, or towards a goal. So he is directed towards a particular attainment of a goal. Okay, then if you have reached there, so what is the attainment? Whether the person is achieved that, is being happy, or if he could not attain that, maybe the person is happy. Opposite can be
Disappointed.
disappointed, good, or unhappy. If he's reached, then satisfaction. You agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Once the person is satisfied, then this drive will reduce. The drive, or the force, or the activation what he had initially. So once he reaches there, attains that particular goal, which is leading to a satisfaction, then this particular drive will reduce. If a person is trying to attain that, and if he is not reaching that, if he is not happy with that particular attainment, achievement, then will drive diminish? Maybe no. The drive is still within the person, so he would be keeping on struggling for that. Okay, unless and until that particular goal is achieved, then this particular drive is getting reduced. Or maybe over a period of time, if he is coming to a state where no more is thinking that I can attain, I can achieve that, then this particular drive may go up. So the process of motivation is that, or the cycle of motivation is that, a need, arousal of need, because of a need, so there is a drive or a force activation. So when there is activation, okay, towards the goal attainment, okay, once the goal is achieved, then this particular drive will get reduced. So once it is getting reduced, the person is again coming to normal situation. Okay, for example, maybe this particular classes, so you're thinking of, okay, attaining this particular classes or good marks. So once you reach that particular goal, then you would be still thinking of this particular exam marks, etc.
No, sir.
Okay, so this is how. So once there is a need, because of that there is a drive or a force which is driving or which is pushing the person, okay, towards that particular goal. Once that is been reached, okay, then so based on the attainment, for example, if it is a satisfaction, if the person have attained that, okay, the drive will get reduced. If not, the person will be keeping on struggling for that, as we do it in, okay, yes, someone said sports, yes, so you should attain that gold or silver or whatever it may be, or certain marks, for example. So if you have another option like an improvement kind of a thing, okay, you try to do again and again. If there is no option, then you will think, okay, it's done. So this is how what we are, and then you, this particular reduction of drive would be there. So if there is a chance now, the person is not satisfied, then you will be keeping on trying to attain the best or what you want to be. If there is no chance, if you have done it, okay, this is how the drive will get reduced. Okay, so this is about the motivational process. Okay, then there is a small topic called types of motivation. Okay, under this, physiological motives. What are physiological? We talked just before only. Physiology talks about functioning of body. Physiology talks about functioning of body. So under that, homeostasis. Homeostasis is nothing but maintenance of equilibrium. At the time of discussing sympathetic and parasympathetic, I said, our body always try to maintain a balance. If there is an emergence, it is making you prepare to face that situation. So once you are out of that particular situation, okay, based on that feedback and all that, okay, it is trying to bring the body to the normal, that is parasympathetic activation. So both the complete opposite actions are there to maintain a balance. Okay, so maintaining of balance is called as homeostasis. Okay, so that is the reason. So body automatically it set you into action, then it's automatically bringing you normal once you feel that okay, you are safe, out of danger, etc. So all these are happening without our knowledge. Okay, autonomic. So body have this tendency to maintain homeostasis. Okay, so physiological motives is that. Then hunger. Physiology. As we talked about functioning of body, so is there is need for hunger?
Yes, sir.
So why food is required? For energy production and all that. Okay, thirst. Okay, sex, etc. So these form the basic physiological motives. Okay, then psychological motives like achievement. Just think about achievement. Do everyone have these particular achievements?
Reaching the goal, sir.
Yes, yes. Okay, achievement motivation. Generally, when we talk in terms of types, okay, did they give these types? Okay, maybe no. So generally, when we talk in terms of okay, types of motivation, intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic is internal force. So when will a person have this internal force or a extrinsic force? So if external forces are motivating a person, it's called extrinsic. Intrinsic is internal. So maybe after looking at a movie, looking at one particular character, if a person is deciding that I want to be a police officer, by looking at someone who is very successful, and you also deciding, okay, I want to be like that. Or in simple terms, maybe your father or mother or someone is saying, okay, you should be like this. You should become like this. External forces, awards, rewards, etc. For a gold medal, you are trying to do that. What can be the intrinsic then? Within the person.
So self-motivation, sir.
Okay. The person is deciding, I want to be like that. So which one you think would be lasting forever? It's about activation of behavior and the continuation of behavior. So in which particular type we can expect that continuation of that goal directed or motivated behavior? Intrinsic or extrinsic?
Intrinsic, sir.
Why? Because the drive is within the person. It's not because someone forcing it. It's maybe not because you have watched some movie. For example, if he's getting motivated because of a movie, so what happens if you have seen another movie which is inspiring? Maybe this time a doctor or a judge. Will he stick to one particular thing?
His goal will change continuously.
And how long will that drive can push the person?
For some time only.
But if the person have decided by himself that I want to be, I should.
He can
Will
able
be a
to
long lasting,
achieve
sir.
for last so many.
Good. Okay. So then a person called McClelland have come up with another type of motivation which is called as achievement motivation. So this achievement motivation, it says that every person want to achieve something. You agree with this? Achievement may be achievement in terms of a sports medal kind of a thing, achievement in terms of good marks, achievement in terms of maybe a good job, good salary, to get a promotion. Achievement may be like to be a good person, a good mother, a good father. So achievement need not be always in terms of okay, what can be measured, a successful person or a salary or something else. Okay, you want to achieve something. Okay, you set some target. Okay, you want to achieve that. Okay, so achievement motivation. So everyone want to achieve. Everyone want to be good, respectable. You agree with this?
Yes, sir.
Respectable from others. You agree with that? The next, affiliation, to be in association with others, maintaining relationships. So why will people have this affiliation motive? If someone says he is relative of so and so, he knows someone, he always moves with something, some people. Okay, maybe most powerful people or something. So affiliation, you want to be with people. Okay, pride kind of a thing. Then power motive. Do people want to be powerful or powerless? Just think about it.
Powerful, sir.
Power motive. Okay, when we talk in terms of like affiliation and power, etc., it need not be same in all the people. Some people they want to be in association or relationship, okay, in contact or touch with some people, okay, because it gives them a pride, a security kind of a thing. Even with power also, some want to be ahead of other people, guide other people, give directions to other people. Maybe need not be same with all. You agree with this? If everyone have this power motive, everyone want to be a leader, can we survive?
No, sir.
Okay, so these are psychosocial motives, but they differ in the magnitude. Some may have low, some may have high, some may have moderate, like. Then we talk about theories of motivation. Okay, under this, two theories would be there. Okay, McDougall's theory of instincts. Please write down McDougall theory of instincts, or page number 156. Okay, instincts. It says, as a human being, we are motivated because of our instincts. So instincts are inherited, unlearned, okay, motives or the forces. Okay, the biological motives like thirst, hunger, okay, sex, etc., which are required for the basic survival of people. And also there are other things. Initially, you have done a research and you have come up with 8 set of instincts. Then that he revised and said, okay, there are 12 instincts. Okay, like repulsion, self-abasement, reproduction, self-assertion, acquisition, creativity, okay, parental care, food exploration, etc. And he said it is because of the instincts, okay, what we are. So instincts are inherited at the time of birth. So everyone have this. You need not learn, you need not develop by looking at others. So they all are present. We all acquire at the time of birth. They are equal in all. They are expressed universally. In the sense, they are present in each and everyone across the globe. So this is according to McDougall theory of instincts. He says instincts are the one which will motivate a person. Then Freud, psychoanalytic theory of motivation. Did you remember Sigmund Freud? Sigmund Freud talked about ego, superego. Did you remember? Okay, he says conscious, unconscious, then subconscious. So Sigmund Freud believed that, or he says that, our unconsciousness is full of unfulfilled what? Did you guys remember that? Unfulfilled desires, especially with regard to sexual and aggression. Okay, it looks like as if it's gone something. Okay, after this class, I don't know what will happen. Okay, Sigmund Freud says, okay, the things like especially desires, specifically aggression, sexual desires, which cannot be fulfilled immediately. So we try to repress them. Okay, forcefully, we try to push them into our unconsciousness. As they are into unconsciousness and as they are unfulfilled, so they become the motive or they try to come into action. So whenever there is a chance, and this is how they act as a motivators or motives according to Sigmund Freud. Then we have this Maslow motivational theory. So Abraham Maslow, did we talk about this particular person before? Did we talk about this particular person before?
Yes, sir.
So when did we talk? When did we talk?
Oh, hierarchy system, sir.
Yes. Okay, I'm trying to just show you the particular theory. I'm trying to download it because I think it's mostly available. Just wait for a while, okay? I try to show it, share with everyone. Okay, it's called Abraham Maslow's theory. Okay, just now I have downloaded it. Okay, maybe visible. Okay, whatever was available, just I try to download now. Can you see all this?
Yes, sir.
Is it visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, generally it would be a triangle. Okay, just look at that. How is the base? Base is wide or narrow?
Wide, sir.
It says they are most commonly present and they are most required. Very important. What about the upper parts? It's getting reduced, which means,
Narrow.
yeah, which means it's not with all or everyone. Only a few people will reach to that particular level. Just look at the down one, physiological needs. First, the basic primary needs or the physiological needs. Okay, physiological needs, as we talked about. Okay, for the survival. So for survival, what we need? Food, water. That's what we talked about. Okay, hunger, thirst. Okay, reproduction like a sex. Then the basic needs. So once we are done with that, as you talked about drive reduction. So once if you are able to get food or if you can survive, then we would be thinking of a safety need. So safety can be in terms of our personal security. When we're talking in terms of personal security, so how can we secure? For example, just think about the war is going on. So to those people, if we give them or talking about giving them or offering them a nice job, so which one they try to prefer? If you're talking about love, etc., our Indian students know they are in Ukraine now, so they are looking for what?
Safety, sir.
First the physiological food, etc. So once they are done with, they are looking for a safety need, a place where they can be secure. You agree with this?
Yes, sir.
Are
Yes,
they talking
sir.
about love, belonging, family, to get married, etc., and all that? Are they looking for that now?
No, no, sir.
No, sir.
If you offer them that, if you offer them basic food, and if you're offering them a secure place, so which one they are going to pick up?
Physiological needs.
So in this position, are they looking for marriage after that and all that? Think about just.
No, sir.
So now those people, they are looking for the physiological or the basic biological needs. So once they are getting this, so they are looking for a safety need, or immediately they are looking for a safety than the physiological needs, and they're not looking for love or a family. They want to get into a marital life or a long relationship, family and all that. You agree with this?
Yes, sir.
So unless and until the basic needs, that is the physiological needs, are met, the person is not thinking about a safety need like employment. The person is not worried about job and all that. You agree with this now? So once these are fulfilled, then only the person would be thinking of the other one. So if they're having a secure place to live, once they get to a safer place, then they are thinking of Okay, what job I should be doing. So how can I make my life secure or the future security? For example, the person got into a employment. He got a job. Okay, for a security, he had a nice house. Okay, so then what he would be looking for?
Love and belonging, family.
Love and
relation.
belonging. Now he is single in the house. So without a proper job, will he be looking for love and all that? Just think
No,
about.
sir. No, sir.
Even they will ask you, no, what you have for security. Even the spouses they ask, no, do you have a good house? And do I have a vehicle and all that? You getting me?
Yes, sir.
So once he is in an employment, once he is secure, then he is thinking about having a relationship, especially a long-term relationship like a marriage, or where he want to extend into a family like having children, etc. Okay, love and belonging needs. Okay, so you have made the physiological safety needs like you have a nice house, family, job, everything is having. So then after that is looking for esteem, that is respect. So without having a job, family and all that, will the person can expect respect and all that?
No, sir.
So once this love and belonging are successful or met, then next the what needs will arrive is the esteem needs. The person is thinking of respect, self-esteem, recognition in the society where is staying. You want people to recognize, respect, and also his self-esteem has is strong now. He's a successful person now. Once if he's getting this particular respect and all from others, recognition and all that, so then is thinking of self-actualization. So self-actualization is a last stage where a person is thinking about or recalling. So what he want to be, what he was, and what he is now. This is about self-actualization. So what talents he had, what abilities he had, what opportunities he had, and where he is now. Is he satisfied with what he had? So now just think about the basic survival needs when we talk about employment. What age he would have been to? Job seeking. So once he is into job, then if he's thinking of getting respect from others, so maybe what age he would have been to? Maybe he just joined as an employee, then he became a team leader, expecting others to respect him or getting a promotion. So how much time will it be taking? After that, esteem needs, self-respect, respectable person, or where he can give direction to other people. Just think about what age he would be into. And self-actualization is like at the end of the stages where maybe got retired and now the person is thinking about what he want to be, what he was, and what he is now. So if everything went well, according to his abilities, according to talent, what he had, so it would be very, very happy. If the person could not reach the position what he was expecting to be, will it be a happy ending? Will it be a happy ending? Maybe no. Is my voice audible?
Sir.
It's like a person who is walking will thinking of a buying for a cycle or a scooter. Then maybe he's thinking of going for a car. Then maybe he's thinking for a the other more sophisticated. So this is how once the lower one is fulfilled, like the physiological needs fulfilled, then only the safety needs will come. Once the safety needs are fulfilled, like is into a job and all that, then only is thinking of love and belonging needs. So this is how hierarchically or in a order of increasing strength. So our motives or certain motives are there which are moting or which are directing a person to move in one particular direction. Okay, so this is according to Abraham Maslow. Unless and until you are secure, you won't be thinking of love and belonging. So this is according to Abraham Maslow. It's called hierarchy of needs theory or needs theory or Maslow's theory of needs. Okay, as we talked about need will set into drive. So drive, so you try to move in a direction. So once you have reached that, based on that accomplishment, okay, either the drive will either reduce or increase. So this is how, based on the needs, list of needs, we have prioritized and we have arranged them in a sequential order. Okay, so with this we have completed or done with all our classes. Okay, so last 2 minutes, anything if you would like to add up, sum up, it's open to you now. If not, we will end this class here. And all the best from my side. Okay, so what all we discussed in the class, okay, try to remember that. Try to look for additional material in the books already provided to you, so that will give you a lead. And try to write exams well whenever they would be, and try to set a goal, a realistic goal based on your okay abilities. If you used to get a 40%, maybe you setting a goal of a 60% good, but if you directly setting a goal of 90, it's like the basic physiological needs, you're directly going for a esteem needs. It would be like, okay, you should set in a proper order. Okay, all the best from my side. If anyone want to like talk or anything else, it's open to you now. If not, we will end up here.
Sir, tell something about model paper, sir.
Model paper is already given back of your book. Okay, and because of current also they are changing. Okay, but generally 3 questions, essay kind of a thing, and 5 questions would be okay. The short answers followed by the objective, etc. In
Do
other
they
questions,
ask diagrams, sir?
that all is given in your textbook. Okay, chalo, all the best. See you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.